You asked, I'm delivering. We're doing a series on inherited trauma. First, let's define what this even is. Inherited trauma is when anyone that came before you in your lineage faced a significant trauma and they weren't able to process it, work through it, or heal it in a healthy or responsible manner. Therefore, they ended up passing it on to the subsequent generations that came after them. I know the first question is always, okay, but what kind of trauma? Well, let's start with the fact that humanity has been having wars since the beginning of time, and war is incredibly traumatic events for all people involved, directly and indirectly. If you lose a partner, if you lose a child, it is devastating. Or if you live through that experience, you have to remember for the rest of your life what it was like to witness all those lives lost. Then there's also child rearing. 100 years ago, you didn't know if your wife or child would actually make it through delivery. And then there's also immigration, where people would have to rip their families apart in order to go create a better life in a different country. The Great Depression, the Holocaust, apartheid, any of the crimes against humanity, genocide, murder, enslavement, sexual violence, and assault. And then there's standard childhood traumas such as divorce, the death of a parent being incarcerated, substance abuse, sexual violence, physical violence, neglect, mental illness. In part 2, I explain why and how this trauma gets passed down generation to generation.